Mountain stream in winter, snow upon ice. In the bleak and cold winter, we gather ourselves in to light the fire to warm our spirits, to kindle the flame of love and hope. So, my chalice is lit. Good morning. Merry Christmas. My name is Ashleigh Rhodes. I am the Director of Programs for Children and Youth at St. John's Unitarian Universalist Church. Since we don't have an in-person service today, we are gathering on Zoom for coffee and conversation, but if you can't make that, I wanted to have something on demand for you to watch, if you wanted to. So I'm choosing to read a story. Our kids have been working for a few weeks on a theme of baking, and we will be working on it in January and February as well. And there's so many different aspects of this we can explore. But today, because of the holiday, I'm going to talk a little bit about gingerbread, and we're going to read a relevant story. Ginger was brought to Europe in the Middle Ages, like a lot of other spices, and so one of the things that our kids are doing is they kind of have the opportunity to explore whatever they want related to the topic. So I got to do a little bit of this related to ginger, and so there's different stories about whether gingerbread was sacred and had to, like one source said, well, it had to be baked by special guilds except for on Christmas and Easter, and so that's why we associate it with Christmas and Easter. I don't know. I do know that in Germany was where some of the best gingerbread was baked. And that's relevant because we have such a history of German immigrants at St. John's. I even have a book about a German baker who did not come to Cincinnati, but he came to Philadelphia and supposedly was important in the American Revolution. But I just love the illustrations in this book. So, yeah. So there's a gingerbread ship. So this is Gingerbread for Liberty. But I'm not going to read that because, so the story of the gingerbread man is obviously very well known. And I didn't realize quite how old it was. It's from 1875, and it was actually printed in a children's magazine called St. Nicholas Magazine, which was monthly year-round, but they named it after St. Nicholas because, he kind of symbolized the joy of childhood or something for them. But it was first printed in a Christmas issue of St. Nicholas Magazine. The original version of the Gingerbread Man did not have a good ending for the protagonist. But we have a different version to read today that has a different ending, called The Gingerbread Girl, by Lisa Campbell Ernst. You may remember the sad story of the gingerbread boy. He ran away from the lonely old woman who baked him, as well as many other hungry characters. His dash through life was ended in one greedy gulp by a sly fox pretending to help him cross the river. This is the story of his younger, wiser sister. A full year had passed since the lonely old woman and the lonely old man had lost their gingerbread boy to the devious fox. They were even lonelier than before. "Let's bake again," suggested the old man one morning. "But what if the same thing happens?" cried the old woman. "I couldn't bear the loss." "Let's make a girl this time and decorate her with candies. Surely a sweet little girl wouldn't run away," answered the man. So they mixed up the dough, rolled it, and cut it out. They dressed it with as many candies as they could fit, completing the cookie with an amazing hairdo made of licorice whips. Okay. "She is sweet," gasped the woman as she slid the cookie sheet into the oven. while the lonely old woman and the lonely old man stood watch by the oven. They talked, remembering their gingerbread boy's short life. He never should have run away. He never should have trusted that fox. As the new cookie baked, she thought, see here? Things will be different this time. When it was time for the cookie to be done, the old woman carefully, ever so carefully, cracked open the oven door to peek. Bam! Out jumped the gingerbread girl, running toward the door. The little old woman screamed, "Stop! Stop!" And the little old man came running. But the cookie was already out the door and headed down the same path that her brother had traveled. "Here we go," whispered the gingerbread girl. The man and the woman chased after her, but she sang, "I'll run and I'll run, I'll leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl." As the gingerbread girl dashed along the path, she came to a group of farmers working in the fields. The aroma of fresh-baked gingerbread caught their attention. "Wait!" the hungry farmer shouted, and began to run after the gingerbread girl. She laughed and called, "Hey, farmers, don't bother. Like my brother, I'm fast. Run all you want, but I've learned from his past. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl." Farther down the road, a pig came into view. As the gingerbread girl grew closer, her candy sparkled in the sunlight. The pig squealed with joy and tried to take a bite, but the gingerbread girl was too fast. She leaped over him, singing, "I can leap past Piggy like all of the others. This story will not end like that of my brothers. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl." On down the path, she came upon an artist. "A masterpiece good enough to eat," the artist whispered, and reached out to scoop up the gingerbread girl. With some fancy footwork, the gingerbread girl zipped past, laughing. "I can outrun this artist like I outran the pig. I am one smart cookie, despite this wild wig. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl." Farther along, the gingerbread girl passed a cow with her calf, who mooed happily. "Mama, I want a cookie to go with my milk." But when the cow tried to catch the gingerbread girl, she soon found herself running behind, listening to the gingerbread girl call, "Chase if you want. I am faster than you, although you have 4 feet and I've only 2. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl." Up ahead, a dog walker was crossing the path with 3 dogs. The dogs barked happily, seeing a tasty treat headed their way. But as the gingerbread girl sped past, the group was soon in line with the others, hearing, "You're joining the chase, the more the merrier, but no one can stop me, not hound, not terrier. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl." Now the path ran past a school. The children were out for recess and feeling quite hungry. Shouts of "Cookie!" were heard across the playground. The gingerbread girl waved to them all as they joined the chase with their teachers, and she sang, "I know that it's snack time and you want a sweet. Come follow along and you'll soon have a treat. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl. Finally, there he is. The gingerbread girl came to the same river her brother had tried to cross. Who should be waiting for her but that same devious fox? Hello, my pretty, crooned the fox. I was a friend of your brother's. It looks like trouble runs in the family. Do let me help you across the river. Just jump onto my tail. The gingerbread girl shivered, then sang in nearly a whisper, Do I have your promise for a safe ride to shore? You won't drop me or eat me? That's all I implore. The fox chuckled. I promise, my sweet little tidbit. And the gingerbread girl gingerly climbed on the fox's tail. The instant the gingerbread girl climbed on, the fox dove into the water, ready for a fabulous feast. Oh, the water is so deep, move to my back, he insisted, thinking this cute cookie was even dumber than her brother. Anyone could tell by looking at her that she was an airhead. The gingerbread girl did what she was told. That's a good little girl, the fox said with a snicker. Oh my, the water is deeper. Now move to my head. No sooner had he spoken those words than the gingerbread girl leaped to his head, pulling off a strand of her own leathery licorice hair. With the expertise of a ranch hand, she triple looped it around the fox's snout and tied it off with a half-hitch knot. You're right, she whispered in the fox's ear. I am good. The fox snarled and struggled and strained, thrashing about. But the gingerbread girl hung on, turning him back toward the crowd. Riding the fox like a bunking bronco, the gingerbread girl whizzed past, singing, He'll run and he'll run, with a leap and a twirl. Come follow me, I'm the gingerbread girl. The awestruck crowd followed, all the way back to the lonely old woman and the lonely old man's house. The gingerbread girl rode into the kitchen, secured the fox, jumped onto the table, and she measured and mixed with a leap and a twirl, singing, I'll bake you some more, I'm the gingerbread girl. The old woman and man quickly joined in to help, having a hungry, happy houseful to feed. From that moment on, of course, they were never lonely again. And what of the fox? The gingerbread girl was eventually able to teach him some manners, using gingerbread crumbs for treats. Most days you could see them riding across the countryside and hear a small voice drifting in the breeze. We'll run and we'll run with a leap and a twirl. I outfoxed the fox. I'm the gingerbread girl. So I like that story because it takes some, sort of a grim ending to the first one and then turns it into an excuse for a very large community. She brought everybody back, and now the old man and woman have plenty of people to cook for. I really like that. Whoever you are, no matter where you come from, or how or who or whether you worship, whether you celebrate Christmas or not, we hope you're staying warm on this frigid weekend and are finding moments of hope or joy or connection. We are past the longest night of the year, and there will only be more sunlight from now on.